Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the random review series. DBougie86 here again. And what I got for you guys today is one of the future releases of Artsploitation Films. I know this film had like a VOD release a few years ago. They finally put out a legit release version of this film on Blu-ray, which is great because it's one I was intrigued to see for the longest time. And it is titled German Angst. Yes. The best way I would describe German Angst is it's an anthology film in the vein of like Three Extremes, where you get three different German directors and they each direct their own segment and has a little taste of all their styles pretty much. Of course, the directors in title are Jörg Bergereit, who directed Necromantic, Mikhail Kowalski, who directed Zero Killed, who's the director I'm not really familiar with. I haven't actually seen a lot of his work per se, but I'm curious to check out more of his stuff. And of course, the last short is directed by Andres Marshall, who directed Tears of Kali and Masks. Now, the first segment is Final Girl, directed by Jörg Bergereit, of course. It involves a young, nameless woman who lives in like this dirty, dingy apartment with her pet guinea pig. It goes very natural in that aspect, and you can see like how lonely this girl is. But you notice that she actually has a guy tied to her bed, and it's pretty much like a torture-esque segment, pretty much. It's actually the shortest segment of this anthology, and it has some interesting work in it. It has a lot of like zoom in, like shots of like milk being poured into cereal, and like just very close-up shots. It's very discomforting, and it shows like the chaotic state of this girl pretty much. It's a really interesting short. I do wish this one was maybe a tad bit longer though, because I wanted to get the perspective of what the girl was thinking and stuff a little bit more. It kind of felt rushed in a way, but I still enjoyed the way it was shot and the story itself progressing. I just wish it was progressed a little bit more, per se. The next short is Make a Wish, directed by Mikhail Kowalski. I believe that's even not said. I probably butchered the hell out of this guy's name. But yeah, this one's a very interesting short too. It involves like this young couple, and they're both deaf, and most of the dialogue you hear is through sign language. And one of the couple has this amulet which is passed down by their family, and we find out this backstory that it actually saved one of their aunts and back in the German time, Poland. And they end up getting attacked by like this ruthless like German gang. It's young Germans, because they are kind of bigotry against them being Polish in a way. And they use this amulet to twist the bands, and it's an interesting way to end the short, I have to say. It has a very interesting aspect of you become like the person that's attacking you pretty much in that aspect. And without going too crazy into it, it's a very interesting way, and it's really well shot. And I gotta say, you really have like a hate-love relationship with this short because of the aspect of what's going on within it. But I really did enjoy it for the most part. And of course, the last short is Alarun, which is directed by Andres Marshall. This is probably the longest segment of this anthology. And I'm kind of glad it is, because you can't really tell this story if it was like a 20-minute short, because it was enthralling to follow this one guy named Eden as he goes and journeys into like this nightclub aspect of going to meet this girl, and he ends up meeting another girl named Kara, and he gets enthralled with her. Then he ends up going to like this private member club where they use this certain drug named Oleron. And what ends up happening is it stimulates his sexual experiences pretty much, but there's a dark side effect of this. And it journeys into him trying to figure out what's going on, and he becomes like chaotic as the story progresses. I really enjoyed that one the most. This is probably my favorite one because of the colors used in it. If you haven't seen any of Marshall's other work, he has a very distinctive use of colors. He's a very Argento-based director, if that's a way I would use to describe his filmography of the films I've seen. Especially Mask, it uses a lot of great colors, and this film is no exception. It has like a lot of great color schemes, and the ending's kind of fucking awesome. It has some cool effects and gore and shit in it. Really good shit in that one. I really enjoyed it. As a whole, I really enjoyed the whole anthology as a whole. Like, you never get to see like this type of thing with like I said, I was using the word Three Extremes, the Japanese anthology, well, the Asian anthology, because there's actually 3 different countries involved in that one. But it's cool to see like 3 directors come together and show like their artistic values within and like this type of film, you know what I mean? It has like a very cool aspect, and all the stories are different and have different feels, and it's really cool. I really enjoyed the Thrall. Like, if I had to rank the stories, like I had to do that, I'll probably say Olorun is my favorite, Make-A-Wish is my second favorite, and Final Girl is my third favorite. I like them all, but if I had to choose a ranking system, that would be the way I would do it. So if you're a fan of like extreme like German cinema with like art house aspects of it, I say check out German Angst. Like, it's not going to be for everyone with the aspect of its art house nature of some of the shorts, but overall it's still an enjoyable anthology to watch, and it's running time. Like I said, like some of the stories are shorter than others, but Oleron, I believe, has to be like the way that it is to tell the full story, and it has some great aspects. And another thing I actually like that I didn't mention, like each segment cuts away with like this shot of like this like grainy like exploitation like gray like shots of like these statues and stuff that intercut between the segments, which I really did enjoy, and it actually plays into like the credits and stuff too, where I actually like the credits of this because you can see like the behind the scenes of what's going on, and you can see the directors actually directing their shorts. It's kind of like film reel, but without, you know, like sound or anything. It has like the music playing and the credits playing in the background. It was really cool, that aspect. It does have special features. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to check them out. I know it was like Kickstarter trailers and like a Q&A session. I actually didn't get a chance to watch that, but I'm going to check it out eventually. Really cool film. If I had to rate German Angst, I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. Like I said, some of the segments I felt could have been a little more progressed, a little more, but overall still beautifully shot, beautifully edited, great effects within them, and overall just really cool anthology. So check out German Angst, 8 out of 10. Alright guys, that's this for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with another one, and it's going to be another release from Artsploitation. So I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, see you then, peeps. Peace out.